dear students, how are you today? I hope you are fine. Today we are going to learn about on the move. In this unit, I will 1. Describe different kinds of transportation. Second one, describe ways of traveling. And the third one, compare and contrast. Are you ready?
Vocabulary 1. Listen and repeat. Dengar dan tirukan.
A motorcycle. A motorcycle. A motorcycle.
A helicopter. A helicopter. A helicopter. An airplane. An airplane. An airplane.
A taxi. A taxi. A taxi. A bus. A bus. A bus. A sailboat. A sailboat. A sailboat.
A scooter. A scooter. A scooter.
A ferry. A ferry. A ferry. A hot air balloon. A hot air balloon. A hot air balloon.
A scooter. A scooter. A scooter. A subway. A subway. A subway. A ship. A ship. A ship.
Let's learn some new words. This is a hot air balloon.
It's very pretty. A hot air balloon is a lot of fun, but it's slow.
This is a helicopter.
A helicopter is fast. Helicopters can take off and land quickly.
This is an airplane.
An airplane is very fast, and some airplanes are very big. Lots of people can fly together on an airplane.
This is a sailboat.
I like sailboats. They use the wind to move across the water.
This is a ship.
Some ships are fast. They can move lots of people over the water.
And this is a ferry.
That ferry is really big. It can carry lots of people and cars.
Balloons, airplanes, helicopters, ships, sailboats, and ferries. We're learning lots of words about ways to travel. Let's review them now. What do you see? It can take off and land very quickly. Is it a hot air balloon, a helicopter, or an airplane?
It's a helicopter. Helicopters can take off and land very quickly.
Unscramble this word. It's a ferry.
Ferries carry cars and people across the water.
What do you see? Is it a hot air balloon, a helicopter, or an airplane?
It's a hot air balloon. I think hot air balloons are fun to ride. Would you like to ride in a hot air balloon?
Unscramble this word. It's a sailboat.
Sailboats use the wind to move across the water.
What do you see? Many people can travel together on this. Is it a hot air balloon, a helicopter, or an airplane?
It's an airplane. Airplanes fly all over the world.
Unscramble this word.
It's a ship. Ships travel on the water.
Let's learn more ways people go to different places.
This is a bus.
Buses drive along city streets. Lots of people ride the bus. I ride the bus every day.
This is a subway.
The subway travels under the city. Lots of people ride the subway. They ride the subway to go to work, school, and other places.
I ride the subway every day. This is a taxi.
There are lots of taxis in cities. A taxi can take you where you want to go.
This is a scooter.
Scooters are fast and small. They're easy to ride and great for short trips.
This is a motorcycle.
Motorcycles are bigger and faster than scooters. You have to be very careful on a motorcycle.
I don't really like motorcycles. I think they're too big and too fast.
Motorcycles are fast. Now, let's review.
What do you see? Is it a helicopter, a scooter, or a motorcycle? It's a scooter. Scooters are small and easy to ride.
Unscramble this word. It's a bus.
A bus can carry people across the city.
Unscramble this word. It's a subway.
A subway carries many people under the city. What do you see? Is it a bus, a scooter, or a motorcycle? It's a motorcycle. Motorcycles are fast.
Unscramble this word.
It's a taxi. There can be many taxis in a city.
Let's sing a song. Nyanyi yuk.
How do you get to school? 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 I take the bus to school. I do too. I ride my bike to school. I do too. How do you get to school? 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 My mom drives me to school. My mom does too. I coast downhill to school. I do too. How do you get to school? 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 Listen and I'll tell you. Listen and I'll tell you. Listen and I'll tell you how I get to school. I take a ferry to school. Yes, I do. I take a ferry to school. Do you take one too? I take the subway to school. Yes, I do. I take the subway to school. Do you take it too? How do you get to school? 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 Be careful on your way to school.
Grammar 1.
He takes the bus.
She takes the bus too. She rides a motorcycle.
He rides a motorcycle too.
She flies in an airplane.
He flies in an airplane too.
To, so, juga. Auxiliary verbs adalah kata kerja bantu. Kata kerja ini dapat terjadi di masa lalu, sekarang atau present, dan masa yang akan datang. Saat ini kita sedang membahas do and does. Alright. My scooter to school. Okay. Now look. What is subject? What is the subject? Apa subjeknya? I kan? Subject is I. So, if the subject is I, the auxiliary will be do or does. Do, right? So, when you use to, you can write I do too. Saya juga. But if you use so do I. There is inversion, ada di balik antara do dengan I, between do and I. My brother rides his bike to school. In this sentence, dalam kalimat ini, the subject is my brother. My brother is third singular person, orang ketiga bentuk tunggal atau he. He. The auxiliary will be, auxiliary-nya menggunakan do atau does. Does, right? Nah, so when you use to, you write he does to. Or when you use so, you can write so does he. Dibalik, there is inversion between does and he. If the sentence shows opposite, kalau kalimatnya menjelaskan tentang kebalikan atau lawannya. Example, I take the bus to school. Saya naik bis ke sekolah. The opposite will be I don't. Saya tidak. I take the subway. Here is your explanation. Di sini adalah penjelasan kalian. I take the bus to school. Saya naik bis ke sekolah. Saya tidak. The other friend says, saya tidak. I don't. I take the bus. I take the subway. Sorry. Another example. My sister rides her skateboard to school. My sister, the other friend says, my sister doesn't or does not. Oh, saudara perempuanku tidak. My sister doesn't. The explanation, penjelasannya, she walks. Dia berjalan. Do this exercise.
Marco is taking a survey. Listen and check.
Hi, Miguel. I'm taking a survey. How do you get to school? I ride my bike. How about you, Carlos? How do you get to school?
I ride my scooter.
Hello, Fernanda. How do you get to school?
I take the bus.
Hi, Rosario. I'm doing a survey. How do you get to school?
I ride my scooter.
Tomas, how do you get to school?
I walk.
And you, Graciela, how do you get to school?
I take the bus.
Look, write sentences about Marco's survey. Perhatikan, tulis kalimat tentang survei dari Marco. Do as this example. Kerjakan seperti contoh di bawah ini. It's playtime. Thomas rides a motorcycle. I blah 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 too. We ride the subway to the post office. Our neighbors blah 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 too. My father rides on a ship. My mother blah blah blah. She takes an airplane. Oh, this one. I have a scooter. My friend blah 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 too. My aunt rides the subway. Her friend blah blah blah. She takes a taxi. My family takes a ferry to the mountains. My friend blah 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 too. My uncle rides a sailboat. My aunt blah blah blah. She takes a ferry. Irina rides her bicycle to school. We blah blah blah. We ride scooters. The baseball players takes a bus. Their parents blah blah blah. They take the subway. Marian rides a bicycle. I blah blah blah. I ride a skateboard.
Thank you for watching. See you next time.